It was a cloudy Tuesday morning when Ethan, a 35-year-old architect, sat in his car outside his office, gripping the steering wheel. The same office he had worked in for nearly 10 years. The same parking spot. The same morning playlist. But something felt unbearably different that day, like a quiet knock on the door of his thoughts, whispering, "Is this really what you want?" He shook his head, pushing the thought away. Change wasn't for him. He had always told himself that people who changed their careers, their beliefs, or even their habits too often were just lost. But lately, certainty felt heavy, like a cage of his own making. That evening, over coffee, his friend Maya, a psychologist, told him, "Changing your mind doesn't mean losing yourself. It means finding a version of you that's ready to grow." Her words stayed with him. The next morning, he left his phone at home and noticed the world differently. The street artist, the couple laughing after an argument, the old man feeding pigeons. Life, he realized, was always changing while he stayed frozen. That day, he erased half his project at work, shocking his colleagues. "I'm changing it," he said calmly. It was the first time in years he had listened to his own voice. Over the next few weeks, Ethan began reading, questioning, and listening more. He learned to say, "I might be wrong," and instead of shame, he felt free. When he attended Maya's talk on the power of mental flexibility, one line hit him deeply: "Changing your mind is not betrayal. It's growth." Those words planted a seed in him that began to bloom. Months passed, and small choices started to shape a new version of Ethan. He took art classes, volunteered at a youth center, and even reconnected with his father. One afternoon, as his father repaired an old radio, Ethan smiled. "You used to fix these things when I was a kid." His father chuckled. "And you used to think I was wasting time." Ethan laughed. "Yeah, I changed my mind about that." It was a moment of quiet healing. By winter, nothing outside had changed, but everything inside him had. He began writing notes to himself each night, starting with "Today, I realized." Sometimes he wrote, "Today, I realized I don't always have to be right." Other nights, "Today, I realized I'm allowed to outgrow who I was yesterday." Standing on his balcony one evening, he whispered, "It's strange, all this time. I thought changing my mind meant changing who I am, but it's actually how I found myself." He smiled, not because life was perfect, but because he understood now that changing your mind isn't weakness. It's strength. It's how we learn, grow, forgive, and finally, live.